Not like Blinky's 4th place, but he's definitely doing well, and I think in the games we have seen him play, he has performed pretty great. But yeah, Blinky here with that 81% win rate, pretty unreal, hard to match.
Yep, and then 65% of his guesses have been above 4,500 points. Also very, very impressive considering that's, of course, an average across all modes. You see Sadziu, slightly lower precision rate, slightly lower win rate, and also a slightly lower average guess time. But we'll see. I mean, I think the moving game is going to be fascinating because I don't know what kind of strategy we're going to see from Sadziu. Is he going to send really fast to prevent Blinky from getting to information, or what? So,
yeah,
interesting to see.
It's definitely a possible strategy against these really amazing moving players. You don't let them look around. You don't let them find information. So we'll see if he opts to do that. But yeah, again, looking at where they stand on the leaderboard, Blinky in 4th right now and has definitely held 1st very, very often so far. But down in 4th right now, though very close to his other opponents there. And Sadziu, 21st, 34 in 20 matches. Blinky, 53 in 21. This is going to be a banger. Gotta love it.
And an important match for both players, especially Sadziu. I think he's kind of right on the edge of where he needs to be if he wants to qualify for the European regionals. So definitely feeling the pressure. And Blinky, it's been a bit of a weaker run of form for him recently. Now that's not saying too much when it comes to Blinky, but as you said, he's been close to 1st the entire time. So we'll see if Sadziu can take advantage of that.
Yeah, there's been a couple game-ending blunders for Blinky in some recent matches that have definitely not gone his way. So we'll see if he can lock back in a little bit. He is so talented.
I'm surprised Sadziu isn't insta-sending, but he just did. So
Blinky
can read pretty much all the Indian scripts as far as I'm aware. So not a country where you want to be against him in moving. But it looks like Blinky won't get information here, and he'll have to make a region guess. That's a pretty different one, actually.
Yeah. Farther south, and it is farther south. A really good region guess, actually. Is going to deal 1,500 points of damage on round 1.
Yep. Sadziu figured moving more isn't going to help me much, so just going to try and make a guess. But Blinky, a very good India player, not only moving, but also when he just has a landscape. So definitely a good start for him there. Kazakhstan is another... it's Oman. Well, oops. I still can't tell these two countries apart. I see empty landscape, and I'm just like, it's one of them.
Yeah, one of them.
Looks like both players are on the same road here.
Yeah, I think they are. Blinky possibly considering a different one, the 31, but he's going to keep it there. The timer is going to run out, and they're both going to be on the same road, so we shouldn't see too many points. Sadziu is going to be a little bit closer, though. Just going to deal a little bit of damage there, 129. We're going to go on to round 3.
Oh my gosh. I really need to take the probably 5 minutes it would require to learn the difference between Kazakhstan and Oman.
No, we let them learn it, and we get the 50-50 wrong on the cast.
Exactly. That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
Oh man. All right, urban Germany, definitely a different vibe. The first couple rounds were extremely rural and low on information, but we'll see if Blinky can find something he can use to his advantage here. Or Sadziu. Sadziu has a sign, and I don't know what it says, but he appears to be scanning pretty far west.
Yeah, I couldn't read exactly what it said, but Blinky does not have that same sign. He's looking at different information here. He does see some water actually there to the north, so... Wait, that's going to make these guesses really different here. Because Sadziu's not seen the water north. Blinky has and has locked it in.
The town, I think... He's got a town name somewhere. So, yeah, if Blinky zooms in that fast and sends that fast, he's usually not wrong.
I think Sadziu might be thinking of something else. Yeah, he was not on it. Blinky with the 4997 is going to deal so much damage. Sadziu already on 2100 health, and we're going into only round 4.
Yeah, I couldn't see what Sadziu had on that sign. It was covered by his map, but it was probably some sort of bait information that led him to the wrong place. Sadziu lining up the road. Okay.
Yeah, seems like it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he had the city name or an area code or what, but the road angle does look good for where he clicked there in Goiás. So, see if Blinky follows suit here. A little more north.
He's in Goiás, though, so shouldn't see too many points if one of them's right. Let's see, does Sadziu get it? He doesn't. It's going to be Goiás. It's going to be farther north. It's going to be Blinky closer. Once again, 1400 damage, Sadziu. 642 health. I mean, it's so hard to go up against Blinky unmoving.
Yep. And again, like we said, Blinky moving is his strongest mode. Sadziu moving is definitely his weakest mode. So this is definitely the most lopsided of the 3 modes. So I think it's going about as expected so far. But doesn't mean it's over. Sadziu only needs a good round or 2.
It's doable. The multipliers are 3 times damage right now on round 5. So let's say Sadziu gets some information, Blinky doesn't. Makes a good guess. We'll see. But Blinky actually is going to get the guess in first this round. Sadziu doesn't look too confident yet.
Blinky has a billboard or some kind. I don't know if it has an area code or anything like that. Sadziu's in the same region, but I think he could still lose. Yep.
Wow, Blinky is just too good. Right there on it, winning the moving game, and we go on a no move.
Dominant from Blinky. And again, I think that's probably what most of us expected out of that game. But we will see if he's able to close it out or if Sadziu can make a comeback here. Because again, Sadziu, one of the best no-move NFZ players in the entire league. So despite his weaker moving performances, he's still doing pretty well in the league so far. And that really speaks to his skill in the other modes.
Yeah, let's see what happens here now that we are on no move, as you mentioned. The players spawn in. Again, no moving up and down the road anymore, as you can see, but they can still pan around and zoom. Sadziu, feeling confident on a North Mexican road, the 57 here, possibly. He's trying to line it up. Blinky as well. Opens up the map and thinking just the same area, too, but he's looking at the 1. Both players looking at the 1 now.
Couple of 1s, I think. Yeah, they're pretty close to each other, though. And,
wow.
Yeah, a little bit further south.
A little bit further south, but really great guesses. Both look like they're in the correct state there.
Yeah, players on the same wavelength there. I mean, it's always impressive when even when it's the wrong place, when you see 2 pros guess in, like, the exact same place, it's like, you can kind of tell they were thinking just pretty much the same thing.
I always love that. We got it quite a bit. Round 2 now.
India round.
Yeah, back in India. Blinky thinking Maharashtra again. Sadziu, Madhya Pradesh, farther north. Blinky, he just knows it too well. 2200 damage on only round 2. Wow.
Yeah, do not mess with Blinky in India. I don't know how strong Sadziu considers himself to be in India, but that's probably not a country he wants to see.
Round 3. Senegal. Quick guess from Blinky. Sadziu's got to follow suit. He should get this. It feels Western.
Does Blinky have the town, or did he just put a pin down? I'm not sure, but yeah, he does. It was written somewhere.
What in the world? The 4998 in Senegal. Did he see it on a sign? What happened?
Probably. Yeah.
He must
I
have.
I didn't quite see it myself, but yeah. Give him any piece of information. He's not gonna hold back on you.
Round 4 now. 2.5 times damage on a Spain, possibly.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
It looks
Blinky.
somewhat Western, maybe. I like the Extremadura zoom from Blinky because it sort of looks similar to landscapes that you see in Portugal. Both players seem to have roughly the same idea. Blinky possibly trying to line the road up.
Let's see what they can do here. Sadziu, zooming in the map. Yeah, still trying to line up something if he can. But again, these 2 guesses should be pretty close to each other. We should not see too many points here. Only 10 seconds left on the clock. Sadziu, you're going to want to be closer here if you can. Any points will matter. Again,
He's
both
moved a little more north.
Oh, and he's closer again. What in the world? 500 more damage there to Sadziu's health bar. Sadziu, 2300. Blinky close to flawless.
Yeah, Blinky playing incredibly so far in this game. Sadziu really has not had much of an opportunity to take anything back. We'll see if Brazil can change that, although we do have this, like, rocky mountain to the west here, which is very common exactly where Blinky clicked. The state of Espirito Santo, you get a lot of mountains that look pretty much exactly like this.
What?
Roraima? What?
No.
I never thought Roraima
Never.
here.
Those mountains
Wow.
are so East Coast there. Right there. Amazing guess from Blinky. Takes the no-moving game in the entire matchup. What in the world? I mean, that's just... You gotta know those mountains. They're classic Espirito Santo mountains.
Yeah, and Blinky was 400 kilometers